Taurus, if you clicked on this video, you already know. Tomorrow brings massive news, and a call or message is about to change absolutely everything for you. But here is the twist. What this person is about to confess isn't just a simple apology. It's a complete emotional surrender. They thought they could play this cool, but the silence has officially broken them. Before we dive into these intense messages, I need you to like, subscribe, and drop a in the comments to claim this energy right now. Something has been building quietly behind the scenes, and this does not feel random at all. Someone cannot stop thinking about you. Why did they pull away? What are they so terrified to admit? And why is tomorrow the day it all comes crashing down? Trust your intuition, because it brought you here for a reason. Let's get into the reading. Taurus, let's just take a deep breath and look at the energy surrounding you right now. What I'm picking up on immediately is a very heavy, static, almost electric energy around your field. It feels like the calm before a massive storm. You've been doing the work. You've been grounding yourself, focusing on your own life, your stability, your peace. And honestly, that is exactly what has triggered this entire shift. Because while you were over here building your fortress, someone else was quietly watching from the shadows, absolutely consumed by you. This does not feel random. This connection is active. Even if you haven't heard from them, even if there has been dead silence on the surface, their energy is screaming. It's loud. The cards are showing me that this person has been trying to act detached, trying to play it cool, but underneath that mask, they're overwhelmed. They're tossing and turning at night. They're checking your social media, staring at your photos, and wondering how things got to this point. You've been on their mind like a song they can't turn off. Here's the thing, though. The question is, why did it take your absence for them to finally realize your worth? Why did they have to lose you, or at least feel the threat of losing you to wake up? For some of you, this is someone who took you for granted. They assumed you would always be there. Taurus, you are the stable earth sign. You are the rock. People get so comfortable leaning on you that they forget you have feelings too. And when you finally pulled your energy back, when you finally said enough and walked away, it hit them like a freight train. What I'm seeing is a profound emotional fixation on their end. They are not just missing you, they're obsessing over what they lost. They are realizing that the stability you offered them isn't something they can just find anywhere else. You awakened something in them. Whether they want to admit it or not, you shifted their entire emotional foundation. Before you, they might have been fine floating through life, avoiding depth, avoiding real commitment. But you forced them to feel. You showed them what true loyalty and genuine love actually looks like. And that brings us to their inner conflict. Why couldn't they just accept it? Why did they pull away? What I'm picking up is a lot of fear, pride, and ego. This person may have a very hard time facing their own emotional immaturity. They might have avoidant tendencies. When things got too deep, when the intimacy started to mirror something real and lasting, they panicked. They sabotaged it. Maybe they created distance. Maybe they picked fights over nothing. It's because they felt like they were losing control. You made them feel vulnerable, and for someone who relies on their pride to protect them, vulnerability feels like a threat. But that dynamic is crumbling. The old cycle is ending. What changed is that the silence has become deafening for them. They thought giving each other space would make the feelings fade. They thought if they just distracted themselves, the memory of your voice, your touch, your presence, would just disappear. But it didn't. It got stronger. They're starting to realize that walking away from you was the biggest mistake of their life. And they're feeling the karmic weight of that decision right now. I'm seeing a lot of jealousy here, too. For some of you, this person has been watching you glow up. They see you moving on, looking good, thriving without them. And it is eating them alive. They are realizing that you don't need them. You are Taurus. You are self-sufficient. You were never desperate for them, and that independence is exactly what drives them crazy. They want to be the one making you smile. They want to be the one sharing your peace. And seeing you share that energy with the world, or potentially someone else, is pushing them to a breaking point. It feels like they are standing on the edge of a cliff right now. They know they have to jump. They know they have to reach out. But the fear of rejection is paralyzing them. They are terrified that they pushed you too far this time. They are terrified that you have finally closed the door for good. And that fear? It's creating a pressure cooker inside their chest. But Taurus, here is where the energy shifts. I'm feeling a sudden clarity coming through. A spiritual awakening, if you will. They are starting to see through the illusions of their own ego. They are realizing that their pride means nothing if it means losing you forever. They are recognizing that the walls they built to keep you out are the exact same walls keeping them trapped in their own misery. The realization is hitting them like a ton of bricks. They would rather risk a rejection than live with the regret of never trying. So, they are sitting with this heavy, suffocating energy. The divine timing is pressing on them. They keep seeing signs. Maybe they hear a song that reminds them of you. Maybe they see your name everywhere. The universe is conspiring to remind them of you because this is a karmic tie that needs to be addressed. You can't just walk away from a connection this strong without the universe pulling you back. And right now, the universe is pulling them hard. They cannot let go because you are their safe place. You are their grounding force. They might have all this chaos in their life, old wounds, family pressure, emotional baggage from the past, but when they think of you, there is a beam of light. You represent healing to them. And they know they messed it up. They know they let their own fears sabotage a beautiful thing. What I'm picking up on is that this person is currently fighting a war inside their own head. Their pride is telling them to stay away, to protect their ego, to wait for you to come to them. But their heart? Their heart is screaming at them to drop the act, to swallow their pride, and to come find you. And Taurus, I can tell you right now, the heart is winning. The heart is completely overpowering the ego. They are done pretending. They are done acting like they don't care. Because the truth is, they care too much. So, let's talk about what they are feeling right now in this exact moment, because this is where the energy gets incredibly intense. The shift has happened. The ego has officially been broken down, and what is left underneath is a raw, undeniable, overwhelming love for you. They're no longer just missing you. They're actively grieving the distance between you two. It feels like they are carrying a heavy weight in their chest, and every breath they take reminds them of what they threw away. Here's the thing, Taurus. This person is realizing that the peace they had with you wasn't something they could just replicate. You offered them a sanctuary. You offered them a love that was patient, grounded, and real. And they got scared. They got distracted. Maybe they thought the grass was greener somewhere else, or maybe they just couldn't handle the depth of the connection. But now, the grass is brown. The silence is deafening. And they are sitting in the wreckage of their own choices, finally understanding the magnitude of what they lost. What I'm picking up on is a profound sense of regret. It's not just a passing thought, it's consuming them. They are looking at old messages, rereading your words, replaying conversations in their mind. They are torturing themselves with the what-ifs. What if they had just been honest? What if they hadn't let their fear dictate their actions? What if they had fought for you instead of running away? The guilt is eating them alive. And it's not just guilt, it's a deep, aching longing. They want to hear your voice. They want to feel your touch. They want to be back in your energy, because without you, everything feels chaotic and empty. But it goes deeper than that. This isn't just about missing you physically. This is a spiritual awakening for them. The universe is showing them that you are the one. They are seeing it in their dreams, in the synchronicities, in the signs that just won't stop appearing. Every time they turn around, there is another reminder of you. They can't escape it. And they're finally realizing that this isn't just a coincidence. This is divine timing. This is the universe's way of pushing them back to you, because this is a connection that was meant to be. They're feeling the spiritual pressure. They know they have to make this right. And that brings us to their true feelings. They love you. It's that simple, and it's that complicated. They love you in a way that terrifies them. It's not just a crush or a fleeting attraction. It's a soul-deep bond that they cannot sever, no matter how hard they try. They have tried to move on. They have tried to distract themselves with other people, with work, with anything to fill the void. But nothing works, because you're the missing piece. You are the only one who can quiet the storm inside their head. I'm seeing a strong desire to confess. The truth is bubbling up inside them, and it's getting harder and harder to suppress. They want to tell you everything. They want to apologize for the pain they caused. They want to explain their side of the story, not as an excuse, but as a way to show you that they understand what they did wrong. They want to lay it all out on the table: the fear, the ego, the pride, the misunderstandings. They want to strip themselves bare and show you the raw, unfiltered truth of their heart. For some of you, this person is also dealing with a lot of jealousy. They see you moving on, and it is killing them. They see you glowing, thriving, stepping into your power, and they are terrified that someone else is going to come along and sweep you off your feet. They know they have no right to be jealous. They know they pushed you away. But the thought of you with someone else is unbearable. It's making them realize just how much they want to be with you. They don't just want you back, they want to claim you. They want to make it official. They want to commit. Because they know that if they don't step up now, they are going to lose you forever. The question is, are they ready for the kind of love you offer? Because you don't do halfway, Taurus. You don't do casual. You are looking for a partner who can match your loyalty, your depth, your dedication. And this person is finally realizing that they have to step up. They have to grow up. They have to shed the old versions of themselves and become the partner you deserve. And they are feeling this urgency. The divine timing is pressing on them. They know the window is closing. They know that you won't wait around forever. And the thought of losing you permanently is pushing them toward a breaking point. They are ready to drop the act. They are ready to swallow their pride. They are ready to come to you, not with excuses, but with a genuine, heartfelt apology and a plea for a second chance. It feels like they are standing at your door, hand raised, ready to knock, but terrified of what's on the other side. They are terrified that you have moved on. They are terrified that you hate them. But the love they feel is stronger than the fear. And that love is about to push them into action. They are done hiding. They are done pretending. The truth is coming out, and it's coming out soon. But wait, Taurus. Before we get to the good part, before we talk about exactly how this is going to unfold, we need to talk about the friction. Because it wouldn't be a true Taurus love story if there wasn't some kind of complication trying to block the blessing, right? What I'm picking up on right now is a significant amount of outside energy, and this is exactly what has been delaying the inevitable. Here's the thing. This isn't just about you and them anymore. There are other people in the background, and they are making this situation so much harder than it needs to be. For some of you watching this, there is a literal third party involved. Maybe this person tried to move on, or maybe there is an ex lingering in the shadows that they haven't fully cut ties with. It could be a situationship they were entertaining to distract themselves from the intense connection they have with you. But let me tell you what the cards are screaming at me right now. It is not working. That distraction is failing. It feels hollow. It's like they're trying to force a puzzle piece that simply does not fit. But for many of you, this outside energy isn't a romantic rival. It's actually the court of public opinion. It's their friends, their family, or their social circle. People are in their ear. They are giving this person terrible, ego-driven advice. They are saying things like, don't reach out first. Let Taurus come to you. You don't need to apologize, just hold your ground. It's toxic advice. It's pride. And this person, in their moment of weakness and confusion, actually listened to it. They let the noise of other people dictate their actions toward you. You probably felt this, didn't you? You sensed that their energy was being manipulated. You felt the sudden shift, the hot and cold behavior, and you thought, this doesn't feel like them. This feels like someone else's influence. Trust that intuition. You were 100 right. Your spiritual radar is razor sharp. They were allowing outside interference to cloud their judgment because they were too afraid to stand in their own truth. What's so frustrating for them right now is the contrast. They are sitting there, dealing with this outside noise, and they are realizing how incredibly superficial it all is. The person they are talking to, or the people they are listening to, they don't know you like they do. They don't know the depth of this connection. They don't know the late-night conversations, the spiritual tie, the unspoken bond. These outside influences only see the surface. And this person is finally waking up to the fact that they have been taking advice from people who are emotionally disconnected from the reality of this bond. So, what is happening? The distraction is losing its appeal. The third party, if there is one, is starting to feel like a burden. The friends giving advice are starting to sound like background noise. The ego is deflating. Because every time they try to move forward with someone else, or every time they try to convince themselves that they don't need you, the universe slaps them with another synchronicity. They hear your name. They see a symbol that reminds them of you. They wake up from a dream about you. The divine is not letting them off the hook. There is also an element of fear of exposure here. This person is terrified of how it looks. They are worried about their social image. They created this narrative, maybe on social media, maybe to their friends, that they are doing just fine, that they are living their best life without you. And to suddenly break character, to drop the act and come running back to you, it feels like a massive blow to their pride. They are terrified of looking weak. They are terrified of you rejecting them after they finally make themselves vulnerable. But here is the beautiful, dramatic turn. The fear of losing you forever is now officially outweighing the fear of looking foolish. The ego is being burned away. They are reaching a point where they don't care what their friends think. They don't care about their social image. They don't care about the awkwardness. Because the pain of living without you is becoming greater than the pain of swallowing their pride. It's like watching a dam about to break. The water is pressing against the walls, the cracks are forming, and they are desperately trying to hold it together with their bare hands, but it's slipping through their fingers. They know they have to release it. They know they have to stop fighting the current and just let the truth flow out. Taurus, this is where your power lies. You haven't been fighting this battle. You stepped back. You let them sit in the mess they created with their outside influences and their distractions. You refuse to compete. And that is the ultimate power move. By not chasing, by not begging, by not giving them the validation they were seeking, you force them to face themselves. You force them to look at their life and realize that without you in it, none of it means anything. The complications are dissolving. The interference is being silenced. And what is left is just them and the undeniable, terrifying, beautiful truth of how much they need you. The question is no longer if they are going to reach out. The universe has already answered that. The only question now is how and when. And Taurus, the timeline on this is moving incredibly fast. The pressure is building to a point where they physically cannot hold it in anymore. They're about to do something they haven't done before. They're about to break their own rules. So, let's talk about what happens next, because Taurus, the timeline we are stepping into right now is moving at lightning speed. You clicked on this reading because the title promised you tomorrow brings big news. A call or a message is about to change absolutely everything. And I am here to validate that energy 100%. The pressure cooker we talked about? It's not just building anymore. It has officially reached its breaking point. What I'm picking up on is a sudden, almost uncontrollable urge welling up inside this person. They have been holding this in, wrestling with their ego, dealing with the outside noise, and trying to maintain their composure. But the composition is gone. The facade has cracked. They are sitting with their phone in their hand, staring at your name, and their heart is pounding out of their chest. They know that if they don't reach out now, they are going to lose you forever. The fear of regret has finally surpassed the fear of rejection. Let's talk about exactly how this is going to look, because it's not going to be some casual, low-effort, "Hey, how are you?" text. No, this person is about to break their own rules. They might have sworn to themselves that they would never reach out first. They might have told their friends they were done. But the universe does not care about the rules they set for themselves. The divine timing is stepping in, and it is overriding their ego completely. For some of you, this is going to come as a massive, long paragraph. A wall of text that they have been typing and deleting for days, maybe even weeks. They have been trying to find the perfect words, but they are finally realizing there are no perfect words. There is only the raw, messy, unfiltered truth. For others of you, this might be a late-night phone call. You might see their name pop up on your screen at an hour when you know they should be asleep, because that is when their defenses are completely down. The mask comes off at night. And for a few of you, it might even be an unexpected voice note. Hearing the actual sound of their voice, hearing the crack in their tone, the hesitation, the raw vulnerability, that is going to change the entire frequency of this connection. Here's the thing, Taurus. What they're about to say is going to catch you off guard. They are not just going to say, "I miss you." They are going to confess. They are going to lay it all out on the table. I'm hearing words like, "I'm sorry, I was scared, I made a huge mistake, and I can't stop thinking about you." They are going to explain themselves. Not to make excuses, but to finally give you the closure and the understanding you have been asking for. They are going to admit that they were influenced by outside forces, that they let their pride get in the way, and that walking away from you was the single most painful thing they have ever done to themselves. But this is where we hit a subtle emotional turn. Because while this message is exactly what you have been waiting for, it is also going to bring up a lot of heavy emotions for you, Taurus. When you see their name, when you hear their voice, there is going to be a split second where you feel a rush of validation, followed immediately by a wall of defense. You are going to think, where was this energy months ago? Why did I have to suffer in silence for so long just for you to finally realize my worth? And that is a completely valid reaction. The energy of the reading is showing me that this isn't just a simple reconciliation. This is a karmic leveling up. They are coming to you not just as a lover, but as a student coming to their teacher. They are acknowledging that you hold the power. You are the prize. They have to earn their way back into your life. They are no longer in a position to dictate the terms of this relationship. The balance of power has completely shifted, and they feel it. The spiritual timing of this is impeccable. You might see angel numbers right before this happens, 1111, 222, or maybe you feel a sudden shift in the air, a feeling of anticipation, right before your phone buzzes. The universe is orchestrating this reunion. It is a divine intervention. They have been pushed, prodded, and spiritually cornered into making this move. They literally have no other choice. Their soul will not let them rest until they make things right with you. What I'm picking up on is that this message is going to open the door to a very serious conversation. It's not just going to be a brief exchange of apologies. They want to talk. They want to see you. They want to look into your eyes and show you that they have changed. They're going to ask for a chance to prove themselves. They're going to offer something they haven't offered before: commitment, consistency, transparency. They want to rebuild the foundation, but this time, they want to do it right. However, Taurus, the reading is also showing a little bit of hesitation on your end. You are Taurus, after all. You don't just jump back into things because someone finally came to their senses. You need to see action. You need to see consistency. You are not going to give them your heart back just because they sent a long message. And that is exactly how it should be. Your guarded energy is actually what is going to make them respect you even more. If you had just welcomed them back with open arms immediately, they might have taken you for granted again. But your firm, grounded, self-respecting boundaries? That is what is going to make them step up and fight for you. This call or message is the catalyst. It is the spark that is going to burn down the old structure of your relationship and allow a new, stronger, more authentic bond to rise from the ashes. They are terrified of sending it, but they are even more terrified of what happens if they don't. The spiritual pressure is too much. The love is too strong. The truth is demanding to be heard. Tomorrow, the silence breaks. Tomorrow, the truth arrives. And Taurus, your life is about to change in a way you never saw coming. So, the message has arrived. The dam has broken. But Taurus, let's talk about the immediate aftermath, because this is where the energy gets incredibly nuanced and, frankly, where your true power is about to be tested. Imagine the moment it happens. Your phone buzzes. You look down, and there it is, their name on your screen, a notification you either desperately wanted or had convinced yourself you'd never see again. In that split second, a shockwave is going to go through your nervous system. Your heart is going to drop into your stomach. For a moment, time is going to stop. You might feel a rush of adrenaline, a sudden wave of anxiety, or maybe, just maybe, a deep, grounding sense of spiritual validation. Because you knew this was coming. Your intuition told you they were stirring. You felt them circling back. But here's the thing, Taurus. You are an earth sign. You are ruled by Venus, yes, which makes you a lover of beauty, romance, and devotion, but you are also the bull. You are fixed earth. You do not move just because someone pushes you. You do not crumble just because someone finally decides to offer you an apology. And what I'm picking up on strongly in your energy field right now is a massive wall of self-respect that has been built brick by brick during this season of silence. When you read their message, when you hear the crack in their voice on that phone call, there is going to be a part of you that wants to immediately soften. That old Taurus comfort, that desire for peace, is going to whisper, finally, let's just make this easy. Let's go back to how it was. Do not do it. Do not rush. The universe is showing me that you need to let them sit in the discomfort of their vulnerability. They sent that message, and now they have to wait. Imagine them on the other side of that screen. They poured their heart out. They swallowed their pride. They hit send, and now they are staring at their phone, terrified. The minutes are going to feel like hours to them. They're going to be analyzing every second that ticks by without a reply from you. Did I mess up? Is it too late? Are they with someone else? Did they block me? This wait is exactly what they need. It is the karmic recalibration of this connection. They need to feel the anxiety of potential loss. They need to experience the exact same suspense they put you through when they pulled away. You are not doing this to be cruel. You are doing this because you are no longer the person who accepts crumbs. You require the full meal. And as you sit with their message, a profound emotional shift is going to occur within you. You are going to realize that you don't need this message the way you thought you did. A few months ago, maybe. Back then, you might have grabbed onto their apology like a life raft. But today, you have survived the storm. You have learned how to be happy in your own energy. You have built a life that is abundant, stable, and full of peace. Their arrival is no longer a matter of survival. It is a choice. This is the ultimate power shift, Taurus. They thought they were the prize. They thought they held all the cards when they walked away. But by doing nothing, by simply focusing on yourself, you became the undeniable magnet of this connection. You pulled their energy right back to you without lifting a finger. The question is, how do you respond? What I'm seeing is that you are not going to be mean. You are not going to be petty. You are going to be fiercely, almost intimidatingly, calm. You might reply with something simple. Something that says, I received this. I hear you, but I need time to process it. Or, for some of you, you might just leave them on read for a little while as you figure out what your boundaries are. And that is going to terrify them. Because they expected the old Taurus. They expected the Taurus that would immediately forgive them, that would take them back, that would try to fix everything overnight. But you are a new version of yourself now. You have leveled up. And they are going to have to figure out how to love this new, empowered, boundary-setting Taurus. Let's look at their energy after you don't immediately fold. The panic is going to set in. They're going to realize that a simple, I'm sorry, isn't a magic eraser. They're going to realize that they have to actually work for this. They have to show up consistently. They have to prove that this isn't just a moment of weakness, but a permanent change in their character. They're going to start doing things differently. They might send a follow-up message. They might try to call again. They're going to be persistent because they can feel you slipping away. For some of you, this person is going to start showing up in your physical reality. They might try to run into you. They might send flowers, gifts, or tokens of their affection. They're speaking your love language now. They are trying to appeal to your senses, to your love of tangible beauty and stability. They know that words are cheap, and they are desperate to show you that their actions have changed. But Taurus, stay grounded. Let the spiritual timing unfold. Do not let their anxiety rush your healing process. The universe orchestrated this break, and it will orchestrate the reunion, but it must be on divine time, not their time. You are the anchor now. You are the one holding the standard. They are swimming in the deep end, terrified of drowning, and you are standing on the shore, telling them they have to learn how to swim before you jump back in. It feels like the entire dynamic has flipped. They are the ones chasing now. They are the ones craving your validation. And you, Taurus, are the one holding the key to your own heart, deciding if they are truly worthy of entering your space again. The friction isn't over, but the outcome is becoming clearer by the second. They are not letting you go. They are only holding on tighter. So, let's look at where this is ultimately going, Taurus. Because the chase is on, the truth is out, but the real work begins now. What I'm picking up on in the final outcome of this energy is a complete and total reconstruction of your relationship. This is not just a temporary reunion where you fall back into the same old toxic patterns. No, the universe is done with that cycle. What is happening here is a karmic rebuild. They're going to get their chance to speak to you. That serious conversation we talked about? It's going to happen. And when it does, they are going to lay it all out. They're going to look at you, whether through a phone screen or in person, and they're going to make an offer. This isn't just, let's try again and see what happens. This is a commitment. They're going to offer you the consistency, the transparency, and the loyalty you deserved all along. They are going to say, I was scared of what we had, but I am done running. I am choosing you. And the outside interference? It's gone. The noise has been silenced. The third party, the toxic friends, the ego-driven advice, it has all been cut off. This person had to isolate themselves in their own misery to realize that you were their only true sanctuary. They have cleared the wreckage of their past, and they are finally standing at your door with clean hands and a heavy heart, ready to prove that they can be the partner you need. But Taurus, this is where your divine guidance comes in, and I need you to listen very closely to this part. You do not need to force this outcome. You do not need to chase them, question them, or overanalyze their every move. The energy has shifted so completely that you don't have to push anything into existence. The universe is handing this to you on a silver platter, but your only job right now is to protect your energy and stay grounded. When this conversation happens, your intuition is going to be your absolute best friend. You are going to feel their sincerity. You are going to sense whether they have truly done the work or if they are just feeding you more empty promises. Trust that gut feeling. If something feels off, you have every right to walk away. But what I'm seeing in the cards is that their transformation is genuine. The crack in their voice, the vulnerability in their eyes, it's real. They have been humbled by the universe, and they are ready to meet you on your level. However, do not drop your boundaries. Let them prove it through action, not just words. You are the anchor of this relationship now. You hold the power. Stay in your majestic Taurus energy. Keep doing the things that make you feel beautiful, stable, and abundant. Do not let their panic disrupt your peace. If they want to be in your life, they have to align with your frequency, not the other way around. You are energetically significant, Taurus. You shifted their entire reality just by being yourself. You awakened a part of their soul that was asleep. And now, the universe is asking you to stand firm in your worth. You are the prize. You have always been the prize. And finally, they are stepping up to claim you in the way you deserve. The divine timing is impeccable. The spiritual pressure has done its job. The message has been sent, the truth has been revealed, and the old cycle of pain and separation is officially over. Tomorrow brings the news that changes everything, and from here on out, your love story is written in the stars. Taurus, take what resonates and leave the rest. Trust your intuition, protect your peace, and know that you are deeply, unconditionally loved by the universe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next reading.